So we had our steak tea evening tonight. Katie and Sarah just left. We had a fabulous chat. We talked about what our upcoming season is going to be like. And I thought I would share with you a little bit about what the evening was tonight. We served some delicious recipes from our Fiesta Royvis cheese ball dip. We had some steeped harvest spice with apple cider. We had some of our cute little vanilla cookie ghosts, I guess, see if you can see these over here. Um, what else did we do? We had some winter sangria with some cranberry, and we just chatted about how our holiday season is coming so far. I thought I would recap for you a few of the things we chatted about. Um, One of the things we talked about was how to make sure that our parties are always simple. We want our hostesses, potential recruits, to really think that anyone can do this business. And that's something that was always a challenge for me when I started out, because I do like to be creative and cook and bring extra things to a party. And I still do sometimes, but I always qualify and make sure that people know that this is not a usual thing. It's something that I have decided to do for something special. I always remind hostesses that they can simply have a box of cookies, put them on a plate, and I'll bring the teas, and we'll still have a really nice evening together. Katie went over some things about how she packs her kit, basically the kit you received. Perhaps one or two items out of some of the new catalogs and things like that interchanged for things that we originally got, but generally just the basic elements that you need for a tea party. She puts everything in two tote bags, and she arrives at the party with those bags, and it looks simple. She doesn't need help with it, and anybody can see that this is something that doesn't take a whole lot of extra preparation. And that's what people are looking for, an easy way to make money without hours and hours of preparing things and extra food and items in advance. We talked about um, trade shows that might be coming up and how it's different when you have an objective for a trade show compared to an objective for a home party. Trade shows are really about making connections. You're looking for your next hostess, you're looking for your next potential fundraising client, somebody who has kids in sports or kids at school. You're looking for your next potential, not recruit, absolutely, but we may want to call them, you're planting seeds in those people. Generally, people, if you say, use a phrase like, um, imagine, um, consider, do you know someone? I guess it would be, do you know somebody who is looking for a little bit of extra money to go on a vacation this coming March with their family? Do you have a friend or neighbor who has some car repairs to do and is looking for a way to pay for those and make that happen and not be in debt? Even though you're putting the phrase on somebody else, 9 times out of 10 that person is also considering, does this apply to me? Could I see myself doing that? Wow, I'd really love to have some extra money set aside for a vacation. So things like that. You're always planting seeds for people. You're talking a little bit about why you always use your own testimonial. Sarah was talking about why she joined the business. One of the reasons was that she saw so many things in the catalog that she would love to buy, but she just didn't have the funds. She has a new baby, and she thought, by joining this business, I can get all of the things that I would love to buy for free or at a really big discount, and I actually get to get out and have some adult conversation and make some of the money back that I've had to set aside because I've been off maternity leave. So what else did we talk about? We talked about customer service was something that we mentioned a lot. Um, you want people to come back to you to buy more tea. So their first experience with you has to be a good one, and you have to be making those customer calls or reminders or emails or whatever is your style. Um, Once the party is closed, when you deliver the product, make sure that people have everything they need. Ask them, call them right away to make sure that they receive the product from the hostess or directly. Call them a little while later to make sure that they're enjoying the product. Some people will put the product in the cupboard and forget how to make it or how good it tasted, and it will sit there for a number of months until somebody reminds them that they have it, and that they haven't used it. You want them to be enjoying their tea, enjoying it every day, so they run out of tea and they come crawling back to you to get more. Sometimes it's just a refresher course about, do you have a steeper? I could recommend one for you, um, that sort of thing. Or, remember all the directions and the steeping times are on the packages. It's really, really simple. Um, let's see. We talked about knowing the product, and that's really essential. Even if you haven't tried all the teas, at least have a really good idea of what the ingredients are in the teas and what um, how the teas can be used in certain things, and things like um, how teas compare to other teas that are in the catalog. Um, yes, we have multiple teas that are lemon flavor, but um, one is a rooibos and one is a white and one is a green, and what's the difference between those? Um, be aware about things like caffeine content. Be aware of what accessories come with extras. Your collections, they come with a plastic spoon and a tea ball. Know those things and be able to suggest things for your customers. If they're ordering a latte, talk about how those are best used in the press. Ask them if they have a press. Ask them if they have a milk frother. These are easy, simple ways to do this.